What I'm about to tell y'all is easily one of the most daunting experiences of my whole goddamn life. I don't want to stress anybody out. Okay. All ended well. Okay. So you can rest assured there. But I do want to share this story partly because the last time y'all heard from me was either on Twitter or in my YouTube posts. And I was like, my baby boy is coming. Oh my God. And then I just went ghost, which I do often at times. If anything in my life ever occurs that seriously, I'll just ghost. Yeah, I want to catch y'all up. I feel like I'm kind of responsible at this point. A lot of crazy shit happened in a 12-hour time period. And the definition of 0 to 100 is this story I'm about to share with you guys. It started on the night of the 15th. I believe that might have been Father's Day. Correct me if I'm wrong. We were supposed to have our son on the 23rd, right? That was the scheduled date for us to have our son, for Crystal to go in and have the surgery, which she was having a C-section. We had a C-section the first time, for those who are curious. So there was it's not an option to deliver natural the second time. Hell, we tried to deliver natural the first time. It wasn't an option either that time because of how things ended up turning out. Anyways, the night of the 15th, it's important to establish 2 days before that, our daughter was very sick. She was shitting sideways, throwing up, and she just bounced back in like a 24-hour time period. And my daughter's really strong, man. A lot of parents say that, but dude, that little girl is a tank. And you'll probably understand that at the end of this story. Anyways, on the 15th, me and Bubs are chilling on the couch. I remember vividly, I ordered Uber Eats in this place called Birria Taco because it was one of those days, Bubs freaking 9 months pregnant, super tired, long day, didn't feel like cooking. And I was like, babe, I'll order out. Don't worry about it. So I ordered this place from Birria Taco. We get it, we eat it. A couple of hours goes by and she's like, all right, baby, I'm going to bed. Kiss her, my daughter, good night. They go to bed. I'm sitting on the couch, got a little time to kill. My plan for the night was to do the 2.4 Wuthering Waves story review. I deeply enjoyed the story. I went back and watched it again off stream to see if I missed anything important, as I always do before I do reviews. I like to be thoroughly prepared and informed. And so I was just sitting on the couch at that night and I was like, okay, that's what I'm gonna talk about. That's what I'll wrap my head around. That's what we'll cover. That's the thing I wanna go over when it's all said and done, mentally preparing for this video while watching anime and playing Ethereum Restart on my phone. Bubs texts me and says, hey, babe, I'm not feeling good. I'm on the toilet. Can you just watch Aya on the camera? And I go, yeah, of course, absolutely. Funnily enough, as she shoots me that text, I'm also not feeling good. My stomach's starting to get super inflamed. It's tight. I'm belching excessively. And a couple of minutes or, I guess 20 minutes or so goes by. And she texts me again and she's like, I'm still on the toilet, babe. I can't get off. I don't know what's going on. And then I let her know I'm feeling funny too. I'm like, babe, I'm not feeling too good either. Shit. I don't know what's happening, bro. I'm starting to get a little anxious. I'm starting to break out in a sweat. A little nausea starting to come in. Yeah, you can see where this is going. Couple of more minutes goes by. I think she threw up. My girl, 9 months pregnant, by the way, mind you. And she's still on the toilet. I throw up, projectile vomit into the sink. Real nasty, like Resident Evil, fucking zombie type shit. Fucking Sindel ult from Mortal Kombat. I feel 100% better after this. And I'm thinking, okay, I know what happened. It's the Birria Taco, the Uber Eats app. I ordered the wrong shit, or it was food poison. I leave a bad review on the freaking website. And I told Crystal, I said, it can't be a coincidence. Me and you are sick at the exact same time, right after we ate the Birria Taco. It's food poisoning. And I'm like, babe, I'm so sorry. And I feel fucking horrible. My girl's pregnant with my son, and I just gave her food poison. Bro, you don't get no more horrible feeling than that. So I'm over here kicking myself, beating myself up about this. Anyways, it is what it is, right? We're here. We got to deal with it. So, another 30, 45 minutes goes by. We meet back up in the bedroom. And I try to go to sleep. She tries to go to sleep. We both wake back up at the exact same time, feeling like shit again. The only difference is she's not throwing up anymore. She's only got diarrhea. I'm getting this sensation every 45 minutes or so where I have to throw up. Like there's no controlling it. And so I get up. I run to the bathroom. I don't even make it. I get to the shower. All over the fucking shower. She's sitting down in the closet watching this happen. And then she tells me, babe, I think I'm going to have to go to the hospital. She said, I got to make sure, first of all, that the baby's okay. But more importantly, we got to get this shit out of me now. They need to shoot something. They need to shoot me with a shot, IV me up, but we got to get this out of me. I can't afford to be sick. And I'm thinking to myself at the time, I'm like, oh, I'm sure one throw up and you'll be okay. It's just food poisoning. But something tells me to just keep my damn mouth shut. So I do. And I say, okay. She's like, I'm going to drive myself there. Now that hurt. Because in my mind, I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm letting you drive yourself to the hospital. There's no fucking shot. But at the same time, guys, I shit you not, I can't even like move. I'm down in the dirt, bro. It's bad. And the good news is we stay within like 1 minute from the hospital. If we get in our car and drive, we'll be at the hospital in 1 minute. It's 2 a.m. at this point. And so I'm thinking, okay, she'll be there. She'll be back. It's fine. There's no traffic out there. It's a quick drive. It's okay. And she tells me, I'm just going to go there, get this shit taken care of, make sure the baby's okay, and I'll be back. Shouldn't take longer than an hour. And I say, okay, yeah, go ahead, go for it. I'll stay here. I sleep in the bed. My daughter, she's asleep in the bed. So when Crystal leaves, first thing, I'm just immediately stressed, hoping she gets there just fine and all that. But at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I hope my daughter doesn't wake up, because I cannot afford to deal with my daughter waking up while also dealing with this shit. And so, of course, she wakes up, sweetest ever. All she asks, where's mommy? And I'm like, mommy went to the doctor, baby. Lay back down. She lays back down, tries to go back to sleep. She can't go back to sleep. So I take her to the couch. We go to the couch. It's pitch black. I lay her down. I say, let's try and go back to sleep. She tries to go back to sleep. She can't. She's up, bro. It's like it's wraps from here. And I'm thinking in my head, God damn it, bro. Please don't come back again. Please don't come back again to the freaking whatever the hell I'm dealing with. It comes back again. And at this point, it's plan B. Put on the Dino show for my daughter, and then just run to the bathroom or run to the kitchen, whichever one, while she's watching the Dino show. And that's the plan we do. And thank God my daughter was being so damn good, bro. Oh my God, bro. She was being amazing, guys. I'll be honest. She was quiet. She was watching her show. She wasn't bothered. I think she could tell I wasn't feeling too good. And so every time I would get a sensation to throw up or go to the bathroom and shit myself, I would just tell her, Daddy's going to go to the bathroom real quick, okay? I'll be right back. And then I would go do my business. Oh, Daddy's going to go to the kitchen right quick, okay? I'll be right back. And she would stay there the whole time, or she would just ask, where you going, Dad? And I would say, I'll just be right back. Bro, one of the times she was watching her Dino show, and they always go roar on there, roar. I'm in the kitchen throwing up on the sink going, roar. She comes in the kitchen excited, laughing, giggly, like super ecstatic and pumped. She's like, Dad, there's a dino. I'm over here, I'm like, yeah, baby, Daddy's a dino. I get a text from Bubs while this is happening. And she goes, babe, I'm feeling much better. Shot me with an IV to get me hydrated. They gave me some Zofran to take care of my nausea, and then they shot me with one more drug to get rid of the rest of this. So I'm completely fine, but we've got a problem. Our son's heart rate's not coming down. It's in the 200s. It goes down to 175, but then it goes back up to 200. And the doctors will not let me leave unless his heart rate drops all the way back down to normal. He said, so I'm actually going to be stuck here until his heart rate comes down. They said it should go back to normal once I feel better. They said he's just stressed out right now because I just came in here with food poisoning or whatever the hell this is. And so I'm thinking to myself, that's fine, babe. Take care of yourself. You'll be okay. Fuck. I gotta stay here with Aya. Hope she doesn't go into her 2-year-old cravings of wanting to cartwheel around the house and do all these like XYZ in 3 minutes. At this point, I've already thrown up like several times. I think like 5 times, a handful of times. It's now like 4 a.m. Crystal texts me again. His heart rate's not coming down, babe. And the doctors are saying we might have to deliver the baby today. I'm sitting here, bro, just petrified on the couch. I'm just looking up. I'm like, there's no way. There's no fucking way my luck is this bad. There's no way this is happening. This can't be real life. I just can't be, bro. And then she texts me again. She says, I also informed them of what's going on your end at the house. And they said, if you don't get better, you can't be in the surgical room when they deliver the baby. You can't be in there when they're cutting me open and all that. They can't risk that. It's a risk at that point to the baby, as well as to me. And so, bro, I at this point, I'll be honest, a couple of days have gone by. So I'm much more able to talk about this. At that time, I was incredibly emotional, frustrated, and pissed. Tears were streaming down my face 100%. I was livid, guys. I was livid because I was just like, I was so powerless. There's nothing you can do about this shit. Like, it's just like, what can I do about that? There's only one option, really. Go to the ER and try and get it remedied. But even then, I'm still a risk I still might be infectious, right? We still don't even know what the hell is going on. I'm like, at this point, this is not fucking food poisoning. There's no way. Food poisoning ain't this damn bad. Food poisoning can't be this bad, bro. And so I'm back on the couch, beating you guys up. Sorry, a quick little tangent. I'm trying as best I can to get you through this whole shit show of a process. So at this point, I'm just like, I need to get better. My daughter's right here. She keeps looking at me, and she's starting to get a little concerned. She can see her dad's not looking too hot. 5 a.m. gets around, and I think I have to call somebody. My dad, my mom. My mom lives an hour and a half or so away, something like that. My dad lives 15 minutes away. I'm calling my dad. Good old ginger ale, Canada Dry. I call my dad. I'm hoping he picks up. He picks up at 5 a.m. I'm like, Dad, long story short, it's an emergency. I need you over here now. He said, what's wrong, son? I fill him in. He's like, oh, Lord Jesus. Okay, I'll be there in 15 minutes. He gets there in 15 minutes. I couldn't have been any happier in my life to see my dad. God damn. Because while I was sitting on that couch, guys, more symptoms were accumulating. I was starting to get cramps in my stomach and in my chest. And it got to the point where I could not take a deep fucking breath. I'm not even kidding. I couldn't breathe. I could barely breathe. It was to the point where this was all I could do. And I was trying to do that as calmly as I can without stressing my daughter out that was in 2 feet from me, making her think her dad's going to die, but also making myself think I'm not going to die. Because at this point, I'm thinking, am I going to have a fucking heart attack? Because I'm able to rationalize things. I'm a very logical person. And I'm like, I'm very fucking stressed right now because it just dawned on me that I'm going to have my kid today and not 7 days later. And I'm sick, throwing up and shitting sideways. And I can't be with there's a lot of stress happening and I'm sick on top of it. I was like, it's possible that I'm so incredibly under stress right now that maybe I'm getting ready to have a fucking heart attack. Right? That was going through my mind. So when my dad walked through that door, I was just like, oh my, thank God. Another adult is here. Somebody that I trust with my life. And I said, Dad, and he came with a fucking pack of Canada Dry ginger ale. And he said, son, what's happening right now? He said, is you got a lot of gas in your chest. And he said, and then on top of that, you're throwing up a lot. It's causing muscular strain. It's probably causing even more cramps. And he's saying you're also dehydrated. He said, you need to chug back these ginger ales. and you just need to breathe through it and relax. And I'm sitting here talking to my dad. As he's talking to me, I'm like, Dad, I was like, I'm fainty. I can barely stand. Like, and then I'm throwing up every fucking hour. And he's like, I understand, son. Here, drink this. And he kept giving me these ginger ales. Guys, the cramps were so fucking bad. I could barely walk. I was blown away by this shit. And I knew in my mind, I'm like, this can't be a heart attack. I'm way too fucking healthy. This can't be a heart attack. But goddamn, it feels like a heart. It might be. It just might be one of them days where it's just a heart attack. I couldn't get it out of my head. My dad kept telling me, son, it's not a heart attack, okay? You got gas in your chest. And so it got to the point where I want to say an hour or so of this was happening. He tried to tell me to lay back. I couldn't lay back. The cramp would get worse. So I just had to like stand up and squat down. He was giving me a massage, trying to get it out of me. Shit wasn't working. And then he gave me some peanut butter to try to coat my stomach to prevent my stomach from throwing up. That shit did not work. Okay. It was exorcists all over the fucking sink again. And then my daughter was just jumping around, hop skipping, just being happy, carefree. It got to the point though, where I was just like, Dad, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. This shit ain't getting any better. I get a text from Crystal saying they're doing it at 8:30 a.m. It's now like 5:45 a.m. I'm like, oh my fucking God, it's happening in like 2 hours. And so at this point I said, Dad, I think I just need to go to the ER. I'm gonna be honest with you. And he, in his mind, I could read him like a book. He was like, you don't need to go to the ER. He's like, he didn't want to like, he understood the stress I was under. He didn't want to argue with me. And so the thing about my family too is they're very natural. I am too. I'm very natural. Like you could never in your life see me on a steroid. You could never in your life see me take anything that isn't an absolute necessity for me. Like we're very natural. So I understand their perspective too. They just want the body to fight it off on its own. But this was one of them situations. Time was fighting against me. But life was fucking fighting against me, and I was just trying to get better so I can go be with my goddamn girl as she gives our birth to our son. You know what I'm saying? And so she calls my or her best friend. Her best friend comes over to pick up my daughter. Her best friend's married, got 2 beautiful children. So our daughter goes over their house and hangs out with them. In the same vein, I let my dad take off, and her best friend drops me off at the emergency room. I get into the emergency room, tell them my symptoms. They immediately send me back, run the EKG on me to make sure I'm not having a heart attack. They say I'm not having a heart attack. I'm doing fine in that regard, but they need to run a lot more tests to see what's going on. I explained all my symptoms to them. Told them I couldn't stop throwing up. I couldn't stop shitting. I got cramps that feel like a heart attack. I'm nausea. I kind of feel fainty, like I can barely move because of the cramps. I was explaining everything I could to them. They sent me down, and because I didn't have a heart attack, y'all know how emergency rooms are? Well, maybe you don't. I know I'm talking to the fucking world at this point. Emergency rooms in America, if it's not like legit, you're about to die right there. Oh, they'll just have your ass sit in the lobby for like 2 hours. I'm sitting in this lobby for 2 hours, waiting to go back there to be treated. In the same 2 hours, they're getting ready to give birth, or my girls were getting ready to give birth to our son, and I can't be up there. So you can imagine, there's a lot of anxiety, fear, anger, and just pent up frustration in my heart at this time. I'm just sitting in this motherfucker like a sitting duck, powerless. And I can't do anything about it. I can't go up there, and I can't leave this emergency room because I need to figure out what's wrong with me. And all I can do at the same time is try to control my breathing because I can't take a deep breath either. I did leave out a little bit of a detail. I called my mom, and she's an hour and a half away, right? Her, my sister, and my niece all drive an hour and a half immediately. It was like the fucking Avengers, bro. Like dad showed up, and then they drove an hour and a half to come straight to the ER to be there with me. My girl, who her mom lives in Alice, Texas, which is like 3.5 hours away. She calls her, lets her know at 5 a.m. She drives 3.5 hours, literally. I'm frame zero. News on all fronts, frame zero news on all fronts. They're all driving immediately to us. And so that was a beautiful thing. And this was when I reminded myself, or it reminded me, the power of love, the power of family, and people who really are going to be there for you. You know what I'm saying? And it's important for people to understand that as I'm explaining all through this whole story. If you have the privilege of parents, if you have the privilege of siblings, it is a blessing to be able to rely on them in a time of need. No fucking question about it. Because like at this point, I was down in the dumps, guys. I was fucking rock bottom. As strong as I am, as mentally stable as I always am, I was rock fucking bottom at this point. I was just like, man, I was crying 100% by myself. I was just like, but I'm one of them criers. Like, I don't let myself cry. I just fucking look down, mad tears. And finally my family shows up. I'm not going to talk you guys off through all of this, right? This whole little detail. I'm going to kind of speed it up from here. Ultimately, what ends up happening is I'm incredibly fearful because I don't know what's happening up there. I don't know if the surgery went well, if my son's okay. And so I'm insanely stressed out. And then finally a text comes through from my girl with a picture of my baby boy. It broke me. Yeah, that shit broke me. But all was well after that, you know? And the motherfuckers finally stopped taking so long and they sent me to the back and took care of me. Now, on a lighter note, the funniest shit ever, I had the biggest bitch of a nurse of all time. Like, she was a bitch, guys. I watched a show not too long ago. It's a show with demons and angels. And there was this literal evil nurse. She was trying to kill one of the main characters. She kept injecting him with more like anesthesia to prevent him from talking to his friends because she was trying to keep him there and kill him and give him to the demons. I know that's just like completely off topic, but she this nurse reminded me of that dude, and or I'm sorry, of that nurse in that show. And she was just very lack of empathy. She thought I didn't deserve to be in the goddamn in the hospital in that ER room. I guess she probably deals with people whose lives are on the line. I was just trying to understand it from her perspective. I was like, I get it. You probably deal with people whose lives are on the line all the time, and you're thinking, what am I doing in here? But bitch, I wouldn't be in here if I didn't think my life was on the line. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the reason I'm in here is because I don't want to take any chances to leave my girl with my two fucking my son and daughter by herself. If there's a hint of a chance that I'm gonna have a heart attack, that's why I'm in this fucking hospital. So you can go fuck yourself. But you know, to be honest with you, I was in such pain that I just didn't have the energy to argue with her. I just let her do her little smug looks and all that and so on and so forth. And then the doctor came in and informed me that I had something called norovirus. Now, some of y'all may be familiar with it. Some of you may not be. But the virus is let me tell you right now, it's nothing to fucking scoff at. It's nothing to play with. That shit had me on my ass. And I don't just go to the ER, boys. Okay. I'm not that type of person. I'll just fucking grit my teeth and bear it. But it's the kind of virus that is extremely contagious. Literally just touching me can give you the virus, according to what they were telling me. And so they had to put an IV in my arm to hydrate me. They were saying the dehydration was part of the reason why I was experiencing these heart attack-like symptoms, but it was also a combination of that versus the excessive throwing up that caused like a my dad called it. My fucking dad called it. That caused a muscular strain that probably made me feel even more cramping. And then on top of that, the virus itself contributed to pretty much all of it. And so I'm sitting in this bed, just happy that my son is out and my girl's okay. And yeah, I fall asleep like a fucking baby at this point. I wake up, everything's all better. I go up there to see Crystal immediately as soon as they put all that shit in me and send me out to the clear. And when I go up there, she lets me know that my son is having trouble breathing on his own. He's in the NICU, which this is very normal in case you're concerned, because actually not because, at least like thousands, if not millions of babies can get put into the NICU because they can't breathe on their own. It's very fucking normal. But apart from that, what wasn't normal is they said his immune system was incredibly low due to having to come out not only a week early, but also due to the strain of being inside of Bubs' belly while she had the norovirus on top of that. And so they said his immune system was very low. He had to stay in the hospital for a number of days until he was able to come home, speed up today. He's home now, sleeping safe and sound. I do want to show you guys some pictures. I'll be able to B-roll him in here. But yeah, he's a little cutie pie, 100%. He looks like me, but he has his mom's eyes. And y'all are like this. We named him Ace. Yeah. So me and Crystal are big fans of One Piece. We've both watched it all the way up until she's actually past me. Actually, she's in front of me right now. But we both love Ace. But not only that, it wasn't just about like, I don't want you to think we named him literally 100% because Ace. First of all, it's because it's a rare thing, first of all, to have a girl who can even watch anime with you. Right? It's very rare. It's very rare to get my girl to even commit to any anime. So I thought that was something that was kind of special between us two. But not only that, I told her from the get-go, I don't want a name that's common as John. My name's John. I don't want a name as common as that for my son. I want something unique. I also don't want something that belongs to a particular group of people. I don't want a name that's all black. I don't want a name that's white or Mexican. I said, shit, my son's gonna be a mutt. I'm black and white. She's Mexican, right? So I'm just like, I want a name that's kind of neutral and unique and cool. And so we came up with Ace. And so that's my son's name. I know that was a lot. It was a lot to walk you guys through, but it was a hell of a roller coaster, boys. I can't make all this shit up if I wanted to, bro. We went from going to bed on a regular day. I went from getting ready to do a 2.4 Wither Wave story review to shitting up, throwing up sideways to having a kid in the same night. It was the craziest fucking story of all time, bro. Like, honestly, and I still can't believe how it all unfolded, but this is how you know that God does exist, because it all ended in good faith. I've lost 9 pounds. I was 185. I'm 176 pounds now. So yeah, definitely did a lot of pooping, a lot of throwing up, and a lot of just not eating. 9 pounds in a matter of like 2 or 3 days is pretty crazy work, man. My dad is doing cartwheels. He's happy that his family lineage, he's happy that the bloodline is going to continue now that he got him a boy. He can't stop talking about it. And you know what? Another really special thing that happened throughout all of that is my family, we don't see each other a lot these days. We just don't. We're all so scattered, bro. And that whole, trial of hard times, adversity, man, it brought my dad, my mom, they're split, right? My dad's married, my mom's married. Brought them together. My sister, who I'm not that close with anymore, she showed up. My niece, same thing. She showed up. And then the mom came. It's like, it was a beautiful thing. It's like everybody came together. It was awesome, man. It was. But yeah, now I am just taking it one day at a time with Bub. She's fucking trying to bounce back, right? Obviously super inflamed. Anybody who's been through this, y'all know how it is. I'm trying to help her out as much as I can. I am going to get back into, all this here in a bit. We'll get back. I still want to do the 2.4 story for Woo-Wah. I am seeing that there's a lot going on right now with, I think HSR dropped some crazy live stream with the fake collab. I've been trying to keep up here and there with some things, but to be honest with you boys, I've just been locked in with fucking life these days, and it's been awesome. Sorry if you stuck around this long to listen to my long-winded tangent. But yeah, it was a pretty crazy experience, man. One that I'll take with me for the rest of my life for sure. You never know how shit's gonna turn out. I think that's the moral of the story here. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up, man. I don't want to talk y'all's ears off no more. I just wanted to share that because I literally felt like it was my responsibility to at this point. I could be telling y'all, my baby boy's coming, dear God, then never say anything. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was important. But thanks for watching. Peace, love, and happiness. All is well over here in the Smack household. All right, guys, we'll be back to catch up on all the content. That shit'll be there. I don't give a fuck about all that. It'll be there when it's there, boys. But y'all stay good, man. Stay healthy, and catch you in a bit.